Order. First item on the agenda, citizens communication.
I don't have any citizens communication. However, we do have an applicant for the Equity Commission, and they will be at the City Council tomorrow if anybody's interested in
Cool.
going. 7 o'clock?
Yeah. I was looking at the agenda and I noticed an agenda item, so, okay, that makes sense. Awesome. I will likely be there then, so.
Cool.
All right. Item 3A is discuss and consider action to approve the Equity Commission regular meeting minutes of April 8th.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Do we have?
That's a thank you gift from the City Council.
I'm
The
sorry.
cake and the bag are a thank you gift from the City Council.
Oh, thank you.
We don't have a copy of the minutes.
It's in the back. It's in the back.
Oh, it's in the
They're
back.
just really.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
just stapled together.
Oh, gotcha. Does anyone have any questions? I'll pause. I know Virginia just walked in, so I don't want to.
Yes, sorry, you guys.
No worries. I know I had looked at them previously, so I know I don't have anything. The April 8th meeting minutes.
Thank you for waiting for me.
Sure, of course.
I'm good.
All right. Does someone want to make a, I guess we need to get a motion to approve, is that right? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
No motion to
All
approve.
right. Second? All right. All approve? Or, yep, all right.
Was the second you, Dr. Me? Oh, continue.
All right, minutes approved. All right, 4A is discuss and consider action on remaining meeting dates for 2024. Oh, and that's me.
Okay, the October date for the meeting, the city's actually closed that day.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we will want to change that.
I'm sorry? Right, because Veterans Day. So Veterans Day is now a holiday also, so we'll be closed on October and November during
Okay.
this week.
Okay.
So we will either need to meet on a different date in those respective months.
We can, it may be difficult to get somebody to
Oh.
video it,
Gotcha.
and getting a space may be difficult. If that's what the commission wants, though, I can look into getting that.
Okay. I'm trying to think back to how that fits in with our timeline for the listening session work.
I think the last one that we have scheduled is September 25th.
And we're supposed to present to council, we're supposed to work on a summary and then present to council, is my recollection, right?
And that's in
November?
January.
Oh, in January. Are we getting ahead?
For the listening session, you can, with the conflicts that occur for the Equity Commission meetings, the idea is once the September meetings are done and we're able to look through all of the information and kind of create a summary, we would provide a report to the Equity Commission for October. So if you're unable to find a date to meet in October, we would just email you that report for you to look over. And then in November, we would do a joint meeting with City Council, with this Equity Commission and Council to go over that report.
Gotcha.
So that gives you an opportunity to review the report, provide, ask any clarifying questions. If you think something's missing in it, being able to add that in there before you talk about it with council at a joint meeting.
Okay.
Gotcha. So then we don't really need to meet in October.
You would not have to
For
the
this
listening
purpose.
session. Yeah, for that purpose, you would not need to.
I know we had talked about, or there was the next, or further on down, 4D is the presentation calendar. So how does that affect, I guess, did you already factor that into?
Yeah, if you want to pull that item up, we can do that at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
So just so you're going to open 4D.
yes, can we please discuss 4D?
So we have departments chosen based on your interests, emergency operations, library, parks and rec. You heard from communications before. do our community development block grant, and we'll do police. And we'll just line them up based on your meeting calendar, whether, if you don't meet in October, no big deal, we'll just have them lined up for the following meetings after that. So even if you miss November, that'd be fine, we'll just set the calendar based on your meeting calendar.
So, say the departments again, you said
It'll
parks?
be emergency operations,
Uh-huh.
Library, talk about the services they provide, Jennifer.
Mhm.
Our Parks and Rec Department, give you a data on kind of what Parks covers, our Community Development Block Grant Program, and PD, the Police Department.
Okay. Well, I don't want to assume that everyone is okay waiting on any one of those presentations, so interested in other commissioners' thoughts on whether we try to go ahead and have a meeting in either October and/or November. That listening session topic aside, we could still meet for the purposes of having a couple of these departments come present to us. And I know how I would prioritize the list, but what are other thoughts, I guess, on the commission?
I'm always open to meet. I think that if we get, I mean, if we have to be out in October, like, to just, because we don't have the recording capacity or something like that, I don't see the harm in missing 1 month, but I don't want to miss too many.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the LibCal right now to see what we have in October and November.
Oh, hush.
We have the 9th.
Watch.
Is it the 14th in October?
I don't have my calendar, of course.
Let me check this calendar. Yeah, it's the second
Oh, that's
Monday.
Columbus Day, so that's why the city is closed, right?
But we have a all-city training on that day,
Mhm.
so all department, we are working, but we're all together that day, so we're not,
Okay.
facilities aren't.
And then there's also a conflict in November, is what you said?
Yeah, recently the city has declared Veterans Day a holiday.
Oh, makes
So
sense.
It's the same deal.
And then we're getting a summary of the listening session report when?
Yeah.
October? Okay. And then we present the council when?
It'll be, I don't have a date
Okay.
just yet, it'll be one of the council meetings in November, so either the
Okay.
second Tuesday or the fourth Tuesday. I'm confirming with our city secretary what works best for that
Okay.
agenda.
I would like to at least meet before we have to go to council. Might be prudent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can all get our stuff in, and review the documentation in October.
Let's see.
I think maybe about the end of October then, so it's right between.
I'll be out of the country, but
Mm.
somebody else could take minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the 28th.
Maybe. Let me see what we have on the calendar, because these rooms fill up pretty quickly.
Can also look at the.
It's a family bat craft. Let's see if she's using all of the rooms. Yeah,
Oh,
all
that's-
of the rooms are booked for that.
the courtroom.
You can do the courtroom? Okay. So can I get back with y'all on a date for October?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Jennifer?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
The courtroom
wait for the
is in-
28th.
Okay. Nathan, do you know if,
What day is that?
Monday the
it's a
28th.
Monday?
I won't do, I can't do that one.
Oh, Katrina can't do that one.
Okay.
I think it's probably something I'm gonna need to get with Claudia and Nathan and
Yeah.
then bring back to
To
them.
figure out
I don't
what
think we're gonna
dates.
figure out tonight.
I agree. But we at least have direction on which way we want to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then we'll work towards identifying a date later in October. That maybe hopefully works for all of us and we have logistics and things arranged. Great.
Do we want to cover that in the next meeting, September meeting possibly, just to make sure we
Bring it back as
Bring it
an
back up,
agenda item.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that'll be my birthday. If we want to bring more cake again, I'll welcome another burnt cake, but I'm just kidding.
Or some McDonald's list.
It's like, oh darn it, that's my birthday. All right. Item 4B, discuss and consider action regarding listening sessions. Brianna.
Hello. So I don't have a presentation, just kind of wanted to give you an update of how the listening sessions have been going, where we're at. And then I already shared the next steps, but I'll share them again so we all know. So we have had 4 listening sessions now. Our first 2 with Corey, and then the following 2 with Claudia, one of those being in Spanish. We had to reschedule the August listening session that was going to occur in Vietnamese due to kind of a conflict that occurred. So that has already been rescheduled. We already set the date. Our communications team has already sent that out as well, and staff's aligned. So the makeup date for the session in Vietnamese will be on September 12th. Same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. It'll actually occur at the Municipal Court Justice Center Forest Space. And we'll have the same format that we've had with the previous sessions. We'll record them, we'll be taking notes. The session that occurred in Spanish, we had approximately five participants, and that session was also recorded. We also took the notes. We're working on getting those notes translated into English so that we can include them within our report. So the next sessions will be September 12th and then September 26th or 28th.
25th, I think.
25th.
25th, sorry. I knew it was that week. September 25th.
Here, right?
Yes. And Katrina is hosting that one. I'll be here as well. I'll be here early, help get set up. We'll have signs. The signs that we've had for the ones that occurred in English, we also had those translated into Spanish and into Vietnamese as well for those sessions. We translated the demographics sheet into both languages and the questions into both languages. So they were all provided in those languages. After the September 25th listening session, we'll be posting survey links that have the questions that are asked during the sessions in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese available. They'll be open for about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the timing of when your October session is, may shorten that. So if you decide to have an October 7th meeting, that will definitely shorten the survey so that we can include those survey findings within the report. But that will be posted right after that last session. The reasoning for that is so that people decide to actually go to the session to provide feedback instead of going, oh, I'll just take the survey. And then anyone who couldn't attend a session can now then take the survey if it just didn't work out with their schedules. After we have all of our information and data, we'll go through it. We'll identify if they fit into matrices that you have identified or not. And if they don't, we'll find what those common themes are and see what action steps we can identify from those. And then we'll create a report. That report will be provided to you as a commission. We'll provide it through email. If you don't have a meeting, we'll probably provide it to you as soon as we can through email, so it gives you some time to look at it before your meeting. But I don't want to promise that if the timing doesn't line up correctly. After that report, we'll do a joint session with council in November. Once we have that date finalized, I'll send that to you as soon as possible so it can be on your calendars, where you'll meet with council. We'll go over that report and talk about the listening sessions, the experience, what it looked like, and what we learned from it.
Okay.
Any questions?
Do we need to do anything, any like pre-work ourselves, like listening to the session or putting together any, are you guys gonna handle most of that?
Yeah, staff will create
Okay.
the report for you all and then provide that report to you. So that way you can review it, and if you feel you might have missed something or
Okay.
you felt like you heard something differently during your session, you can let us know and we can either provide those notes to you or go back over it
Okay.
again.
Can we get those recordings, like
The audio
the audio?
recordings?
Yeah, I don't know how, because it'd probably break email, but.
Yeah, they can't be emailed because they
Okay.
are
Too large, yeah.
The person that's translating our Spanish recording,
Okay.
I had to like do a funky roundabout to get it to them because it's so large. We can provide the notes to you, that might
Okay.
be
Yeah,
yeah.
that way. That
Yeah, just so
way-
I can recall
Yeah.
what actually happened. It's been
Definitely,
a
yeah.
while, so,
We can get
Yeah.
that over to you.
yeah.
By October, like, I'm
Yeah.
a little worried. Like, right now, I'm still good with my sessions mostly,
We'll
but,
definitely send over the notes to
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
The Spanish session's still being translated, but they'll get that over to me as soon as possible. They know of their
Yeah.
deadline, so.
Cool.
But yeah, we can get you those.
Okay.
So, yes, my question is, well, my hopes with the seniors fell through because they got bought out. I'm still waiting to hear from a church. So if we can do one in September, are there still any dates available, or is it too late to schedule anything with anyone?
At this time, because we've already posted all of the dates, it would be too late.
Okay.
And staff availability as well.
but we could certainly invite them to participate in the
Yes.
online submission.
Online.
Is there an online?
That's what she said, like, we're not promoting it a lot right now because we want people to show up in person to the ones that are still on the calendar, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so on September 25th is our last listening session. On September 26th, the very next day, we'll be posting the links to be able to take an online survey, and those links will be available in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese.
On the
So
city
the-
website.
Yes, yeah, we'll have them on
So
our
we could-
website, we'll have them on our socials, they'll be blasted out. Once we have those links
Yeah.
ready, we'll send them to you all.
So nothing will prevent us from sharing with our community groups one last opportunity to provide via these links.
Yeah, when is the 25th, or where is it?
That's a Wednesday in September, September 25th, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
I think it's.
So it'll go
last
out the
Wednesday?
26th, the Thursday?
Yeah, it'll go out that very next day, the 26th.
Yeah, but in the 25th one, I think you said the 12th was the Vietnamese session.
Yes, September 12th is the Vietnamese session, and September 25th is the last session in English.
And that is going to be here?
Here at the library.
September 25th will be here at the library.
At what time?
7 to 8, I believe.
I believe so as well, confirming. 6 PM to 7 PM.
Okay.
And in terms of the data for the survey, when you planning on like closing that and compiling data and,
For,
yeah, for the online survey?
approximately a week to 2 weeks.
Okay.
It kind of depends on your October session date.
Okay.
If you're going to have an earlier session date, I'll say a week.
Okay.
If it's a later session date, that'll give me time to have it open for 2 weeks and then
Mhm.
time to be able to
Okay,
go over all of that. So, but at the very minimum, 1 week.
cool.
We found that anything past 2 weeks, we stopped getting responses to surveys. So it's usually that first week is when we get most,
The
if
bulk.
not all of our
Yeah.
responses.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
And how is the survey even formatted? Is it like, is it open-ended questions, kind of like open
Like the
text
same
box?
questions
Yes.
that we use?
Yes,
Okay.
it'll be the exact same questions that we've asked during the sessions,
Mhm.
but they can type their responses
Okay.
to them. And it'll be a long, we'll allow them to type a long response. It doesn't have to, we won't force them to make
Cool.
it short.
Okay.
Great. I don't have any other questions. We good?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I look forward to our next 2 sessions and providing all that, and I'll get those notes over to y'all as well.
Mhm. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. 4C, discuss and consider action regarding voter registration at city events. Emily Barron.
So I think it was maybe March, maybe April, earlier in the year. we
Earlier in
talked
the
about
year.
having voter registration available at city events. And so we looked into having, or whenever we have a city booth, to be able to have a space at the booth to have a voter registrar. So typically, we have city booths at Deutsche Fest, at Slice, and Music in the Park, which runs through the summer, where a voter registrar space can easily be accommodated. And then also the library, is Wednesdays and Saturdays year-round for the voter registrar. So lots of opportunities at the library. And then those Deutsche Fest, Slice, and Music in the Parks with our Parks Department. If you have a voter registrar, they can attend those. We can get those dates. So that can be coordinated with the registrar.
We actually added a registrar too, so now we have even more.
So with these registrars, are you coordinating the registrars? Is that like falling
Yes.
on
For
Jennifer?
at the library,
At the library.
Okay.
but not the Parks events.
Gotcha. So is each department responsible for sourcing their VDRs?
So when we talked about it, y'all had registrar, or you knew of registrars?
Oh, yeah.
that could do-
Well, the Travis
Yeah.
County has a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if y'all can coordinate those, we'll get the dates for the
Okay,
events.
gotcha.
If y'all will coordinate having the
The
registrar there.
supplying, make sure there's a supply
Yeah.
VDRs.
Yeah,
Don't take mine.
No, I think if you've got the library covered,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, so
That
our,
sound good?
our action is to get those volunteers
Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
for Deutschen Fest.
Deutschen Fest is the next one coming up, and that is going to be on October 18th and 19th.
There's a music in the park in September.
I thought
That's a
so.
Rock the Block and a Music in the Park. Yeah, we have both. And I'll get you that one. I don't even know that date off the top of my head, but I'll get you that one as well.
So we could do both, or just, and I mean, the voter registration could happen at both, or is that, or Rock the Block is the music in the park event?
There's two separate events. It's a
Oh.
Music in the Park. A Rock the Block's the Main Street event.
Yeah.
And so we'll get it for Music in the Park in September, and then the Deutschen Fest.
Gotcha.
Space there.
And one of our registrars has, she volunteers to do the special events that the library does. So
Okay.
she was at Henry Flipper's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's Susan.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And what are those dates again?
I need to get you all the one for the Music in the Park. Deutschen Fest is October 18th and 19th.
And Slice of Pflugerville already passed
It already passed, but we'll just make sure that we're accommodating that space for
in the
one.
future.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that usually happens around the end of April.
So the October 18th, 19th Deutschen Fest, just bear in mind that that's past the deadline to vote in the upcoming election.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
voter registration is
Yeah.
a
as long as they're
perpetual
registered.
effort.
And our registrars take off, she'll probably be off
Yeah.
October through
Mhm.
January.
Yeah,
Start back up.
the diehard VDRs will be pushing hard for the deadline for the election, but it would be good to have it regardless. Okay,
And we are having a civics program on what to expect your first time at the polls too. That's Susan and Joshua are doing.
and to be clear, all of this is nonpartisan, right?
Right.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. Awesome. Any questions? I think that'd be a great start. Better late than never. And if we still have some events that are falling before the deadline for the election, then that's great. And even, in my thought, because I do VDR stuff, even the Deutschen Fest that's past the deadline, it's still a good reminder to people to get out and actually vote.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
Again, on
Still a
a
reminder.
nonpartisan encouragement,
That's
but it's their chance to exercise their voice. Great. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. 4D, discuss and consider action on presentation calendar, which is what we talked about related to the October, November meetings. But do we want to talk about prioritization of departments if we do get a meeting? Because I'm assuming we would still have a presentation in addition to us working on the presentation, or does that?
For October?
Yeah.
Certainly we can do that. You want to kind of tell us like maybe your top 2 or 3, since we'll coordinate the department heads' calendars for that?
Okay.
We can certainly
Okay.
do that.
Do you all, so the departments I heard, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
emergency services, police department, library, parks and rec, community development block grant. Those were the 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
I have interest in the emergency services and the block grant, probably. PD, we spend a long time with PD, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Katrina?
If that makes sense.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I'd agree with those two.
See if we can get them up first.
Dr., do you have a point of view on who you would prioritize? Okay. So I heard emergency services and community development block grant?
I think so.
Okay, I could go with that. I was gonna say emergency services, police department, and community development block grant. But you're right, we did get a lot.
We did a lot of police stuff
Yeah.
at the.
But definitely emergency
Citizens Academy.
services and community development block grant, just because I also feel like it's been a while since we've heard from them, and that would be
Yeah,
good.
I
And there's
think
been a change, or have they filled the leadership position? I believe that was like an open, oh, not the grant, I'm thinking of the PCDC.
Right, that's the economic development.
Yeah, that's
Corporation.
different.
So, right, the community development block grant program is the grant we have with the HUD, the provides funding to low to moderate income areas.
Yeah.
And I think one of the comments that we'd heard previously was related to housing improvements there. And so we're wrapping up our 5-year consolidated plan, so we can provide you an update on the feedback we got related to housing needs in those areas.
Okay, yeah, that would be good then.
Okay.
Do you think that would be good to have before we meet with council for the whole report in November, like possibly, or?
Which one, the
just
CD?
the block grant thing, just for housing and development and affordability. It just might be nice to have that context before writing up the report.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, would the same be said of the emergency
Yeah,
services?
true. Yeah, I mean, they kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'd have to pick one, basically, I guess, if we only have one
We'll try to
meeting.
fit one a month.
Okay.
Okay.
So get one, I'll see if I can get one of them in September, one in October, which both would happen.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, that's great.
yeah, that works.
Okay.
Awesome, look at us, making all kinds of
Yeah,
decisions.
I know.
Okay, all right. Well, that was everything, right? We covered the whole agenda. The next meeting is September 9th, my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Do I need a motion to adjourn or
Just adjourn.
Okay. We're adjourned.
Cool.
Thank you.